I get asked a lot how someone with an advertising, public relations, communications degree wound up doing cybersecurity. I started in my career as a technical recruiter, and I was putting people to work in these fields, and they were making a lot more money than I was. And I remember sitting and thinking, this doesn't seem that hard, I could do this. And so I was really fortunate to find a company that offered training. I made the shift to cybersecurity, and at the time we didn't even really call it cybersecurity, when I was working on a military project, and we were trying to move our infrastructure from one physical location to another. And as we were standing up this new architecture, I asked the question of who's going to secure the devices, because we have this list of guidelines that we have to implement. And the people around the room looked at me and said, well, you knew enough to ask the question, so that's your job. And that was really my first leap into starting to understand how we need to secure our devices and what that means for business processes and what that means for workflow. When we talk about women in cybersecurity and whether or not there is a lack of women in cybersecurity, I think there's a lot of different ways to look at this. If you were to take someone like me, I don't have a degree in computer science. And so if we're using that as the scale to measure the number of women in cybersecurity, then our numbers are going to be way off. What I'm starting to see is that hiring managers and companies are realizing they need to look outside the confines of just a cybersecurity degree or a computer science degree to find those people that really round out their cyber team, because you can have people who are very technical running your security operations center, but if you don't have someone who can truly communicate what the threat is and what the risk to the business is, then your message is going to be lost in translation. And so when we're talking about women in cybersecurity, I would challenge that and I would say, what is the definition of cybersecurity?